So if you're anything like me, you've received dozens of phone calls about the new Horseshoe Valley condos that were just released. Now, these buildings were originally something and now they're being sold as condos. So I think that we know the development that I'm talking about here. So lots and lots and lots of calls coming in from clients saying, are these a good investment opportunity? So what we're looking at today is these properties and these units specifically as an investment. Now, I want to start the conversation by saying, I don't have any of this information directly from the builder or directly from the agents representing the builder. This is just facts and figures gathered from my dozens of conversations that I've had with clients who have visited the sales center and gathered this information. So there's no representations or warranties as to the accuracy of this information. We're gonna have a good general chat about, the numbers relating to a potential purchase of one of these condos to see if it's a good investment property. So let's start at the top, $550,000 purchase price. Now, these are big units. There's no debating that, just solely based on a price per square foot basis, these are great investments for sure. But, at $550,000, we are talking about them as an investment property. So we're looking at 20% down. The mortgage that's required, $440,000. Let's jump down to this next section here, okay? The estimated monthly mortgage payment is about $1,800. It's actually $1,825, right? So keep in mind, interest rates have gone up, and that means that interest rates for investment properties have gone up as well. I've spread this over 30 years because that's the smartest thing to do on an investment property in almost every circumstance. Now, the monthly property taxes, I'm not totally sure of that number. I estimated at $300 a month, $3,600 a year. Seems pretty assuming, but based on a $550,000 purchase price, I think $3,600 is very reasonable. Now let's jump over to the condo fees. The condo fees are, I'm told, around 75 cents a square foot, but they include utilities, which is great. Now the total estimated monthly payment is already over $3,000 a month. So once you factor in potentially interest on a line of credit that was used for the down payment, that goes up even more, right? The payment's going to continue to increase. Now, the reason I put that in there is because almost every one of our investor clients is set up to use the equity from their primary residence or equity from another property, draw that from a home equity line of credit that we set up, put the money down on the new investment property, right? So this is the monthly interest payment on that line of credit. So starting back at the top of this section, mortgage, property taxes, condo fees, interest on their home equity line of credit, the money that they borrowed for their, down payment and closing costs, and then estimated property insurance. It totals a monthly payment of $3,520. So let's call it $3,500 a month. Now, can you short-term rental this unit? No. In Oro-Medonte, there's no short-term rentals, right? Now, it is being tabled with the township to potentially allow short-term rentals there. But as it stands today, we're looking at a long-term rental opportunity. So can you rent this unit for $3,500 a month in Horseshoe Valley in Oro-Medonte? Yes, no, you can draw your own conclusion. I think it's really high, but solely looking at this from an investment perspective, you would have to rent those units for $3,500 a month to break even. So again, a couple assumptions here: purchase price of $550,000. You can maybe get a unit for a little less. We've made an assumption of a fixed interest rate of 2.89. We've made an assumption of a $300 a month property tax bill. So, some of these numbers maybe, you may be able to adjust them down a tad, but really what we're looking at is a monthly payment over $3,500. Even if you chip that away, maybe down to $3,000 a month, still a very expensive payment to look at for a long-term investment. So there's my summary. I hope this helps answer some of your questions as well. If you want these numbers in an email format that you can send along to your clients, I have that. Just reach out to me directly. I hope you have a great weekend.